how good Rocket Lance is as a twos weapon. Wess also was winning with Macho Man for like years before.
If you have
any
Lance experience and you're like, hey, Sword's great right now, what character's great in twos? Roland was like the OG Onyx back in like Brawlhalla 2017, 2016, and there was like only like 2 to 3 8 defense legends, and you picked Roland because Sword was nice and you never died, and that was the whole reason why you did it. And it looks like we've come full circle here 10 years later, and Roland is being picked, at least in South America. I would expect to see something similar in NA, but I don't know. We'll have to see tomorrow. In the meantime, we're here on the smallest stage in the twos pool for game number 1 between Kilo Wess and SAC and Reaper Black.
Yeah, and beautiful gravity cancel. D-like getting the recovery on both from Wess there. But I also think Roland also, similarly designed as some of those older legends are, where you look at some of his signatures and you're just like, dang, like you look at the hitbox on that sword and Sig and you're like, wow, what were we cooking with this one? You know what I mean?
Yeah, side Sig's got a very long swing, huge range. Just talking about the sword in general, and then the down Sig was like one of the best edge guarding tools for a very long time. Cider comes through here. Fem looks for his own down Sig, jumps up with that nair, not going to quite hit, and Reaper makes it back to stage. We've got ourselves an even game here so far, and despite the size of the stage, stocks are not flying.
Let's see. These nairs aren't quite landing from Wess right now. Trying to land with them. Gets one there on Reaper. There we go. Starting off a little bit of juggles. Tranquilo in hot pursuit. Oh, beautiful backdash on the side Sig there. Just narrowly avoiding the defibrillator.
Oh, and that was Tranquilo overreaching.
It's so fast now.
Yeah.
It is so fast.
It's crazy.
And see, Wess not scared to press the Sig button. Usually being a little bit more reserved. Wess is like mash, 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 mash. That's my goat.
Yeah, Wess we're going to see a lot more of what Roland is capable of for sure this game. Downlight recovery, going to take SAC down. Reaper on the left side of the stage, avoids one sidelight. The weapon throw stops the axe nair from connecting. Wess right over to the lance, goes for the ground pound.
Oh, the down Sig coverage.
To go for the down Sig. Wess goes for the ground pound, and he gets back to the stage. Recovery comes through. That was amazing. There's so many layers to that play. The one I want to call out is that Wess did what I would consider a pretty scrubby ground pound that looked like that, but Vem was right there, split second afterwards to cover where Reaper was going to go for the jump punish with the down Sig.
It's like,
and that's what just threw everything out of proportions.
What do you even do there? I mean, SAC's going to try. We can't call this quite yet because you got to do that recovery in the bank tranquilo, and then you have yourself a 1v1. But Wess, whoa, he's coming in with the slide, trying to get that swing, better swing. And look at the coverage.
That's disgusting. That's
Where
not okay.
Where do you go?
Okay, so
that's not fun. That did not look fun.
That kind of reminds me of.
Rough stuff.
I think Chronix had a similar
Wait, hold on, look at this, right? He goes down for the ground pound.
Yes, the ground pound baits Reaper to go for the punish on the Wess, and then Vem's flying over where it's to spike him in range for Wess to get the side air of the ground pound himself, and then Lance has so many recovery options, it makes sense that he makes it back. Now this setup, this is nasty. So you have the ground covered with the down Sig, and then Rayman can float right above the swords to cover any attempt, because you can't jump around the swords where he's standing. And then the glove covers dashing back onto the stage. So if they time it for when wall slip's going to start activating, that's almost a guaranteed knockout. Yeah,
like your only option there realistically is you have to go low and then try to touch the wall again. But if you're counting the amount of jumps the other person has, like at some point, you're going to have to burn your unarmed recovery to try to go around it.
They would have had to do like 2 jumps to the left and then go high. And then what do you have? A dodge to land, and you have one person that covers the dodge and another person that doesn't.
Are you going to get this on SAC already? Oh, he is.
That's going to be it,
He needs to be rescued here.
Reaper
and he's not going to get it.
Reaper tried to Sair both SAC and Wess. Ends up only hitting Wess. SAC comes down. Vem goes all the way off to the right side of the stage. Reaper sliding down with that neutral signature. And they go right back to center stage as Vem's looking at the backswing of the axe onto Reaper. So much damage coming out from Vem. That nair not going to take out just yet, but the recovery will get it, and Wess has to hold on. Ooh, some unlucky friendly fire there from SAC.
I've been thinking about this for a while. It's going to sound so random, but every time I've seen an Onyx, like a Canon Ensig, I always ask myself what it sounds like. And now I'm like, it sounds like a cough, dude. It sounds like a cough.
Yeah, it's like a ghoul.
Yeah, it's like
a spirit energy.
A ghastly, like, wheeze on your face. I was like, why does it always feel so nasty when I get hit by that? Now I know. Anyway, back to the match.
Recovery comes through. Reaper doing great after the switch onto the Onyx. matching Roland's defense with an even higher base defense character,
Yeah,
right?
right. Five with fire, baby.
Can go into 10. Roland can only go up to 9. SAC goes off the top of the stage for the recovery. Vem could follow shortly afterwards. Unarmed recovery, not as powerful as sword recovery, but it'll get the job done eventually. Sidelight in air, there, no, okay, I thought that one was gonna do it. The neutral light will finish him off. Wess on the left side of the stage, only one with 2 stocks on the red team. Avoids Reaper's ground pound, and now, SAC, you got to be careful. That's your last stock. Wess is done for? No, Lance has the recovery tools built in that side air.
I'm calling Rocket Lance for nothing.
Reaper was sweating towards the top of the stage. Lance with ground pound.
Ground pound. How's that interrupt? He loses to the side air, which I'm pretty surprised about. Oh. And the unarmed recovery exhausted. Corner spikes.
Okay, SAC's got to hold on to the stock. They're trying to take him down.
Double ground pound
SAC's
again.
done for. Reaper goes for the save.
Jesus.
Okay, SAC sent flying by the side air. Reaper gets Wess. Vem looking for the stock on his SAC. Wess does still have a stock to play with, and he avoids Reaper's attack. Reaper spent like half the last 2 stocks in sweat beads. Backswing of the X recovery not going to knock out. Unarmed recovery not going to knock out. What do we got? Who's going down first, Lambo? And then side stick gets interrupted.
Oh my goodness. Ben Tranquilo coming down with these downers. Go for that. Oh, no shot. Okay.
It interrupts it mid-cast. Gravity cancel sidelight mid-air. Wess looking for that air. Right afterwards, recovery doesn't punish. Vem still holding on. Side air sends Reaper flying. That cannon's got to be damaged.
One side air or one nair from Vem, or onto Vem rather, should be enough.
Oh, he doesn't have
confidence. Oh, he got disarmed. That's going to ruin his ability to get back here.
Goes on the recovery. Lance picked up.
Snags the weapon.
Side sig.
Reaper needs the weapon so bad.
Neutral light in the side air. Not dropping that alley-oop. Nicely done by Vem Tranquilo. Crazy game, too. That was insane. They were, like, they lost their jumps like 30 seconds ago, and they were keeping each other afloat in the air by laddering with, like, neutral airs. They were hitting each other, trying to get an early stock, and it was crazy. Look at the game state here with all 4 players off stage. 3 of them in sweat beads. Reaper going down. I think this was just moments after Reaper had saved SAC from being off stage. And then Reaper had survived for that much longer, but that Sarah was nicely placed. That's the kind of follow-ups that I want to see from Lopez and Muse, but with Nash neutral sig, right? The neutral sig like missed like 4 times when he could have just been like spear saring. What's on your mind?
No, I'm just like they're just playing like they hate each other.
Even though you know for sure
I know they love each other, but it's like they're playing like they haven't taken a stock in Brawlhalla in like years. Like they haven't eaten in days. I'm like, Ramadan literally just started, brother. Like, slow down.
Yeah, they are desperate for some KOs, and they're getting them eventually. Reaper's opening up strong.
I love South America.
Down air flying around, neutral air bringing it back down to the Reaper. Reaper does not follow up on the Vem. Wess on the left side of the stage hasn't really had the room to use Roland signatures just yet. Let's see what else goes on. Down light and a down air. Reaper interrupts. There's the neutral sig. Good job on the momentum. He kind of delayed that end sig.
Again.
To the right, blasts him away once more. Sider sends him flying. Vem Tranquilo doesn't even have a weapon. Reaper tries to box him out, and Wess is fighting back. That Sider is great. Are they switching right over to Reaper? They are. Downer to spike him. Red, Reaper fast falling low, and Reaper just held his ground. Nicely done. And now he's getting a lot of damage because of that.
Oh, accidentally side sigs his partner, but it's not going to be a huge problem here. Wess going to come around, maybe go high using the Rocket Land side air to go ahead and sneak around the top left corner. And then Reaper's going to go ahead and fight back with that down sig. Goes for a second one, but gets caught on the charge, actually. Maybe we should have let it rip a little bit sooner and loses his stock because of it.
Downlight down air into the down sig. It's going to do some damage to Vem, but it was good damage on the SAC. They needed to be able to bring this back. Another team coming to SAC. Side sig off the neutral light.
Oh my God,
and Vem was going for the nair while sweating after that recovery hit. Vem still holding on. Gets hit by the weapon throw. Vem comes back down on the stage. Silent recovery will finally take him down. Wess is in danger with the down six on SAC flying, and Reaper gets the spike with the cannon dare. SAC, will he follow shortly afterwards, or will they be able to hold on to this lead? About to find out. Reaper with some friendly fire. That takes it down. Okay, dead even game. Reaper's got to be careful. He's on the side of the stage.
Oh,
recovery stops.
From Wess.
And the ground pound misspaced. Goes for the spike. Reaper dodges it. Now they're all off stage.
Oh, and the down air is not going to hit either. Wess, look at this movement. Man, seeing Wess back on the Rocket Lance is a treat, dude. I kind of forgot how much I missed it. Like, he was clicking with it.
Yeah, and now that he's back on it, on the Roland.
Oh.
Definitely some fun. Okay, Vem baiting him out. Goes in for that down air. Stack does hit him with the backswing of recovery. It looks like he's going to go down first once again. Reaper, of course, just so tanky on Onyx. Surviving that recovery well beyond how he should. The Nair comboed into the D-Light recovery halfway up the stage. Okay. We got a mountain to climb here.
Yeah,
The weapon throw follow-up.
If you can get Wess, though, if you can get Wess, there's a chance.
I don't know how you get Wess. He's 9 defense rolling.
Yeah, I mean, I just said it was gonna be easy.
And Onyx has gotten she has just gotten more and more knockout power removed from her every time that she wins Worlds. Right?
But I like to think that Reaper paid for the premium plan of Brawlhalla.
the premium plan, the secret premium plan that gets you the extra power.
Extra
on your
beef, like right here,
yeah.
you get that. No, he didn't pay for it. If he did, that second recovery would have hit.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
No, this is just the same Onyx everyone else is playing with.
But really now, if you hit Ben Tranquilo, KO him, you're going to give yourself a window of respite where you can try to get the KO on a Wess, and Wess is just going to beat you up in that time, I guess. Well, there goes your chance.
Yeah, let's see what Reaper's got here. Falls with side air. Some of the recovery, silent recovery. I don't know if he had the recovery to actually do anything after that.
Okay. Trying to get that D-Light, wants to Nair onto Wess. Good string here from Vem, or rather onto Vem.
Okay, Wess does get a recovery through. They finally deny him of some weapons. Oh, I wonder if that's supposed to be like a fast fall D-Light.
Oh,
and
swing.
bats him away.
Pablo Sanchez.
Can you get another? Looks for the gravity cancel D-Light.
Is it going to be a big poppy at the end? Well, come on. Down to
Wait a minute. Reaper could win.
Ground pound 1, 2.
Wess now in the 1v1 against Reaper. He's got nothing. That's it.
That's
You're
it.
kidding
The clutch comes out from Reaper.
Reaper with the splash damage off the down tick. SAC was not in half that game.
Wow. Told you it could happen.
Look at the damage. I mean, I guess. Flammo, that shouldn't happen.
I mean, it shouldn't, you know, but what should and should not happen? Are we not only just bystanders to our destiny?
I guess taking SAC out is not a game plan that could work. I mean, wow, the down stick connecting gets the splash on the damage there too, and then Wess showing his hand, no dodge, all of his jump options gone. All Reaper had to do was stay grounded and watch his landing, get the sidelight afterwards, because he could only land with a move. He used the dodge
so
on the
that's the
gravity
thing.
cancel
If you're a
D-Light.
Wess there, the correct play is weapon throw. You have to weapon throw to cover the landing.
Right, he did have the weapon throw to cover his landing.
But he thought, okay, if I start my Sarah early and I come down on this side, I should be able to cover myself. But the gauntlet side light just came out just a bit quicker than that side air came out. But if he just weapon throw, he would have been good.
The weapon throw would have saved him, and it would have delayed the game state long enough to maybe pick up another weapon.
At the very least, it would let him touch the floor.
Yeah.
And then he could have a dodge back and then try to play the game a little bit
And when thinking
more.
about that, Reaper was not thinking about weapon throw at all. That side light would have just gotten stuffed by it.
Yeah, and if that happened, like if you're Reaper, it's okay.
He could have, well...
Because I think if you're Reaper, you get hit by the weapon throw, you mass sunlight.
I'd like to give Reaper the credit that, like, while he was waiting, he was reacting and waiting for, like, either a weapon throw or something but like that, but I don't think so. I think you're right. I think a weapon throw would have done it. Could have scared him away.
Because I think if he was, it would have been a dash jump into potential spot dodge for the weapon throw into gravity cancel side light recovery.
Either way, the 3-0 has been robbed away from Vem, Kilo, and Wess here as Reaper basically 2v1.
Now, do they do the reverse?
Do they? Oh, like the reverse 3-0?
The reverse 3-0, yeah.
I thought you were saying like the reverse 1v2.
Is it going to be a Marky Moo last weekend situation?
Oh, that could be fun.
Money holla, I'm ashamed.
Let's see. Well, the stages have been getting progressively bigger, right? The 2 losses happened on the smallest stage in the 2v2 pool. We went to Demon Island, and now we've expanded even more with the platform above the map to be able to have some room to recover, right? Because Wess had nowhere to land on a flat stage. As that ground pound comes down, Wess, of course, goes down as well. There's that down sig, takes down SAC. So is Vem and Reaper now fighting to hold on to the stock the longest.
Okay, let's see. Beautiful weapon throw to interrupt that side sig coming out there. Wess gets a bit of damage there as well. Ventankilo in hot pursuit. Throws out the Rocket Lance recovery, but is unable to find anything. Wess is going to retreat to the left side. It looks like the blue team is trying to set up something here. Weapon throw is not going to connect. And we're having a little bit of a scrap in the center stage, but looks like neither team can get too much of an advantage, but you do have to look at those damage numbers. Ventankilo is going to fall. Wess, though, already on his second stock, which is important to point out just because of how much defense Roland has.
Falls aside there. Okay, that will get Reaper. They switch over to SAC, the weapon throw to the sider. So I think the weapon throw...
You got to reset the end light? Is that...
Reset the end light, and then he end lighted again.
Okay.
And then he sidered afterwards. That was awesome. Down sig comes through. That's going to take SAC down to 1 stock. Reaper on the right side of the stage. Although we've learned that Reaper with 2 stocks can do anything.
Yeah.
So even if SAC goes down here, which I expect them to relatively soon, blue team's got a really good shot at being able to bring this to a game 5. Let's see, Wess gets ground pounded, has to do a fully charged recovery, and Vem's there to save the day, only barely. SAC with the confirm, and the sider off the nair goes to the down sig. Vem gets a nair, and then SAC gets the edge guard again. That's 2 ground pounds in a row coming out from SAC. A great edge guard play coming out from the blue team, and like that, they take the lead.
Yeah, and Wess took a decent chunk of damage into this next stock as well, but the one thing they do have going for them is that Reaper is pretty damaged here, and we can maybe bring this back and close it out in a game 4, but the blue team is perfectly poised to try and extend this. There we go, we're gonna see the spot. What do you got for this?
Drop this. D-Light, sider, side light, nair, side sig, and the end sig. Vem needed to actually have that end sig started before Wess even started side sigging there. Gets the ground pound though, however, but Reaper is in the same position once again, even better than last time, I'd say. There's one less stock that he has to go through from Wess. But Wess and Vem and Kilo are likely much more locked in than they were before. Down sig, and now Vem setting up for his own
sigs here on the
sigs.
corner. We might, right? You just down sig. You could trade down sig if you want, force him to go high.
I think it's a little different right now because Reaper is armed, right? If he was disarmed, maybe they'd be able to go for that again, but it didn't look like Vem wanted to go for the setup.
Yeah, maybe the gravity cancel D-Light from the corner is what they're looking out for here, but nice. And he can just mix up with the N-Sig, right?
Mean, you might as well just hit Vem as well. Vem making it look like he can't hit there. N-Sig comes through once more.
Okay.
Slide charge N-Sig, and
Derek Jeter.
Reaper tries to get the ground pound. And the N-Light will catch while he's sweating. That's it. Wess and Vem.
I'll be your prom date, Wess.
With the victory. 3-1 over Reaper and SAC. I think the weakness there was clear. SAC was getting destroyed in record fashion every game. It just kept happening. It was awesome that Reaper was able to make the miracle comeback happen, but you can't. It's literally one of the reasons why we do.